pages 76 and pages 77, I wrote a chapter in the book, and the title of the chapter is Insuring Your IRA. Now, the reason I did that is because 5, 8, 10 years ago, people would say, well, there's no way I can have insurance inside my IRA, no way I can protect my IRA. You can, in fact, insure an IRA. You just have to go through a series of steps to make that happen. And you can have the policies paid for under some circumstances inside the IRA. Now, there are unique types of policies. They can be life insurance with long-term care riders, which are held outside of the annuity, outside the IRA, but paid for by the IRA. You can have annuity products inside an IRA account, which can provide benefits when needed for long-term care, as well as income in later years. And you can have a variety of subsets of those. So over the years, we created all of these different ways that we help solve these problems. That chapter addresses all of that information. And it addresses it in such a way that pictorially you can see what we're trying to explain. Now, as far as the books go, you can purchase the books online through Kindles, through iPads, through Amazon.com. And the books themselves have a very robust set of information concerning these issues. Price on the books is around $5 a piece. Portions of that money go to the Parkinson's Institute for research purposes. Page 85, we talked there just briefly about traditional IRA accounts versus Roth IRA accounts. One of the reasons you might consider converting part of your money from a traditional IRA to a Roth is because the Roth monies, once converted, can be used to pay for long-term care premiums, for any of those kinds of expenses without tax consequence. Another issue that is in this same venue is, if you have a financial advisor you're working with, take the time to ask them to look through your income tax return, because there are many ways to reduce your overall income tax liabilities. I've been successful in getting people's income taxes down from $35,000, $40,000 a year, the taxes, down to zero. And I've done it repeatedly for certain clients over the years. I've had IRS agents actually look at the returns and agree that everything we did was above board. None of the gray things you hear about out there. But there are ways to bring your tax liabilities down so you have more spendable money to solve the problems of your day-to-day lives. Page 103. We just briefly addressed the issue of trust and the concept behind using trust for things such as special needs planning. Now, when I first started working in that area, it was to try and protect disabled children's accounts from the government grabbing those monies and no longer having the ability to use those funds for special things that they wanted to do for their children. But a special needs trust, for those who don't know what they are, a third-party trust is a special needs trust when structured properly and allows the individual who is putting money into that trust to know the monies will go for the benefit of the disabled person. And at the passing of that person, the money then passes on to the next generation or other family members. If you don't have this type of trust and you just give the money to that disabled person, the government has the right to take that if, in fact, you're on benefit, either through Social Security, disability, or through Medicare, where they're making payments before you normally would access those benefits, say, prior to age 65.